Since you guys really enjoyed my last Silksong video, I thought I'd make a part 2 with even more details and secrets. Some of these things came straight from your comments, so thank you for helping me find them. Fair warning though, there will be major spoilers for the entire game, so be careful! You can find Nu investigating the remains of the Skull Tyrant, the Great Conchflies, Sister Swinter, and also Voltrim. And in this last one, Nu actually tries to kiss Ornette a second time, saying that she's gonna clean her and make her fresh. And then Ornette slaps her again. Poor Nu. If you knock on Yarnavai's door while you're covered in maggots or plasmified, she'll react differently. She gives a short hint at what Ornette should do to recover, but adds that her time is far too precious to be helping out. And Eva also reacts to Ornette's afflictions. If Ornette is either cursed or plasmified, she summons a barrier and tells her to stay back, saying that the chamber isn't for the afflicted. And fun fact, you can talk to her while covered in maggots, she actually doesn't mind them. If you sit at the bench in Bell Art before killing the widow and then reload your save, Ornette appears suspended in silk threads, just like the other residents. And if you wait a little, there's also some unique text. After Ornette is kidnapped and taken to the slab, the description of her dress changes to "smell strongly of fly," but you can actually wash it off by entering bodies of water twice. After the first wash, it only smells faintly of fly, and after the second, the smell is completely gone. The cogflies can get eaten by the barnacks in putrefied ducts, which then spit out their cogwheels. And if you're using the polyp pouch, the barnac actually dies after eating a few poisoned cogflies. To the right of Pilgrim's Rest, there's a trapped beast. If you free it, after having already opened his door back here, you can later find him inside, bothering the shopkeeper, who looks absolutely terrified. Now let's take a look at the tragedies that happened to the Bone Bottom residents. When you first visit this settlement, you can meet the fearful pilgrim. After you summon the Bell Beast of Bone Bottom, she vanishes, but later, you can find her dead body near the fleece in the marrow. If you buy everything from Peb's shop, she tells you she's planning to make the pilgrimage up to the Citadel. Later on, you can find her lost to the thread with her backpack lying beside her. When you defeat her, she drops 55 rosaries, confirming it's really her and not just a common enemy. If Pilby dies during the Skull Tyrant invasion, the other residents will hold a funeral for him, and the dialogue even changes depending on whether you know Pilby's name or not. Oh, and after the funeral, you can also find his body at the beginning area. To get this footage, I actually had to sacrifice Pilby twice on purpose, so if you've been enjoying these details, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so it wasn't all in vain. Alright, let's keep going. Did you know that if you throw tools at Lace before triggering her fight, she'll actually deflect them? Even the Silk Spear. This is one of my favorites. You can find the fleas doing all kinds of funny things like swimming, resting at the bench, and even diving into the flea brew pot. It's so cute! Even if you 100%ed the game, you might have missed some secret NPCs. If you play the Needling inside this cage in the slab, you can meet the old penitent, who was sent to this place after committing a grave crime. Even though I wish he would leave because he's a really good singer and seems like a really good guy, he says he wishes to remain there until his sins are withered away by time. What do you guys think he did? If you come to this place in the Underworks, you can find Loam, a hidden NPC who's endlessly running on a treadmill that powers the Citadel. In Act 3, you find him crushed under the debris, but if you play the Needling, you find that he is relieved to finally be free. This is a funny one. If you do a pogo on Ballo, the Forged Daughter actually starts laughing. Speaking of Ballo, did you know that after you open the door to the sauna, you can find him just chilling there? It's really cozy. These next ones are all tied to Ornette being cursed, and they show just how much the game changes when she's under this effect. When you first find the twisted bud in the cradle, you can play the Needling to make the crying a little more bearable. And if you talk to Pavo after picking it up, he recognizes those cries from previous travelers and warns you that none of them ever came back after meeting with Greyroot. And while Ornette is cursed, did you notice that her cocoon is different, as well as the animation for using the Silk Eater? Also, if she tries to make a Uber delivery, the couriers don't allow it, claiming that she will infect the goods. And now, the most interesting one. If Ornette is captured by the Warden Fly while cursed, the parasite kills the fly and destroys the cage. This destruction is permanent. Even though you can destroy some roots, the body and the cage remain in that area for the rest of your playthrough. This is a cute one that I didn't notice right away, but sometimes, while she's hiding in the bushes, you can hear Gilly sneezing. And now, some throwbacks to Hollow Knight. If you look closely at the caretaker's headpiece, you'll notice it looks just like the Shaman's stone charm. And if you charge attack the Mask Maker, his mask falls off and you can see that he has the crazy eyes, just as the Mask Maker in the first game did. Here's a really cool one. If you go through the game without buying the quill from Chakra, you can later pick up a red quill next to Trobio's arena. But it gets even better. If you make it all the way to Act 3 without ever picking up a quill, that same spot gives you a purple quill instead. You can use the Flint Slate tool to pause the freezing effect in Mount Fae, making Garnet resist a little longer. Even though this does not reset the timer, it can still be used to extend it. After saving Krat, he tries to pick at Ornette in the spa, and you can slap him. If you slap him multiple times, you can even toss him onto the spikes to make him really regret that. Up in the Memoriam, each room recreates a different area in Farloam. Only in the Verdania biome have all the bugs died out, hinting at the fact that this kingdom was destined to be forgotten. The pattern on Vogue's face scar really matches the Pinstress attacks. The first time you find Vogue, she is very close to the area where you can find what seems to be a dead sister of the Pinstress and the Seamstress. Do you guys think they fought each other in the past? At a certain point, the Huntress gives you a quest to gather some meat so that she can feed her children. If you fail to complete it before Act 3, she is devoured by her own offspring and you even get to meet one of them, an NPC called Runt. This next one breaks my heart. When you rescue Sherma in Whiteworth, if you play the Needle-In, he sings a sad version of his song while sobbing. Did you notice that the threads of Silk and Void always point to where Grandmother Silk is? In Act 1 and 2, they stretch up towards the cradle, but in Act 3, they point down towards the abyss. If you charge the dash at the beginning of the races in Act 3, Ornette gets a big boost, which is definitely a Mario Kart reference. If you stumble upon this enemy and kill it, you can later return to find these little cog-workers repairing him, and they do this every time. The only way to kill him for good is if you drop its body in the cogwheels below. Oh, and in Act 3, you can also silk soar into this secret room with 2 more clappers. Another interesting place you can use silk soar to get to is Styx's Nest, where you can find some dead bugs and play the Needle-In for some extra lore. If you push this cart and double jump over it, you can remove the Claw Maidens for good, making that one arena that we all despise easier to deal with. And finally, if you play the Needle-In in this location, you'll see the line "for those who come after." A clear nod to Expedition 33 and a really cool example of both games supporting each other, right alongside Sandfall's amazing artwork to celebrate Silksong's release. And there you have it. Silksong really is everything I hoped it would be, and the wait was absolutely worth it. Which detail or secret was your favorite? Let me know in the comments and also add any I might have missed. Oh, and that Easter egg, that's actually the next game I'm playing on the channel, Expedition 33. I'm aiming to beat it before the Game Awards so I can finally decide my goatee, so subscribe if you want to see that. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one.